Born into a Jewish family in the country of Russia on July 7, 1887, Marc Chagall was in awe with art when a childhood friend first introduced a piece of art to him. From that day, Chagall began to practice drawing, and as time went by, his art pieces progressively got better. A schoolmate came to visit one day, and as he was examining Chagall's drawing, he exclaimed, "You're a real artist, aren't you?" These words inspired Chagall to pursue his life as an artist as the best way of expressing himself, and the consideration of a career that he would enjoy. Chagall wanted the world to understand his perspective of mankind through his creation, that even though society prevents dreams into becoming reality by rejecting their existence and ideals, hope should always be anticipated so that true happiness may be achieved. Chagall expresses his personal feelings and memories by illustrating the daily life of mankind. Devouring new ways of expressing art and enhancing his own techniques, Chagall paints pictures of his life in Russia showing the type of living condition that seems impossible for him to pursue his dreams as an artist. He paints the hardship and oppression of the Tsar upon the Russian Jews, shown by the dark and melancholy colors isolating the existence of each character. However, the people still have humanistic qualities and living ordinary lives, hoping for a better life even with the rejection of society. During Chagall's time in Paris, he expresses the energetic culture that flowed through the city with bright colors that inspired him to continue to paint the ideals of society. The popular style of art known as Cubanism and Surrealism, Chagall uses these techniques to illustrate geometric figures to depict different parts of the living condition in the world, as well as an illusion of an ideal that becomes reality, showing society the dreams and desire man seeks to achieve. Chagall paints many portraits making his existence to the world recognizable, using many religious images showing that as an artist, he has Jewish morals as well as images symbolizing Chagall's Russian background. Chagall wants mankind to see him as an ambitious artist with many ethnic backgrounds. However, during the World War and the Russian Revolution, society rejects Chagall's work and his existence as a Jew, isolating him from the world. Chagall presents the result of cruelty from mankind through humanistic emotion of loneliness, anger, and despair. Here he illustrates the destruction humanity has placed on the Jewish population, shown by the images of the Communist Party depicted by the red flags bombarding the burning villages in which the villagers flee in a boat, and a soldier who completely abuses the synagogue by burning it. Christ represents the suffering the world is going through as time of war passes by, destroying everything in its path, pushing mankind to the option of death, shown by the people being pushed to the ends of the painting because of society's denial of their existence. In this painting, Chagall shows the world as broken and unjust by the inharmonic placement of the shapes. The small man in the painting, supposedly to be Chagall himself, who is in this section in which doesn't seem to be distorted, is surrounded by large black, white, and gray geometric figures that don't fit in the portrait, symbolizing the absence of hope and corruption of society. On the other hand, there are some of the geometric figures consist of the colors red, blue, and yellow that slowly fade into each shape, alluding to the hope that is soon yet to come. Chagall's solution to the tyranny of society is that man must never give up the anticipation of a better future. Even through the hardship society has put onto Chagall, he illustrates the recovery from the denial of accepting him, and in his search of happiness, persuading mankind to keep searching for joy during times of trouble, shown through his painting as more lively colors begin to appear, contrasting to the lifeless shades of his times of depression. Here Chagall illustrates his memory of Paris in the past. Despite the dark blue section with humans that are like flying dead souls, and the purple bluish color of the government building alluding to the corruption of France, 3/4 of the portrait shows the likeness and beauty of France, as well as Chagall himself with his wife as they begin to be more defied, showing the recovery of peace in society. Chagall also paints many biblical images with moral values so that the future generation will learn from the mistakes of the past in order to maintain happiness in society. As the final days of Chagall's life, he finished his poetic book, My Life, as a record to society during that time, showing man that even when their dreams are being crushed by the oppression of humanity, taking away their identity, the faith that life will change is the key to true happiness.